with me. I've had work 3 days in a row. I've shouted and screamed, so if I lose my voice, bear with me. My sermon will be on faith over fear. Ironically, yes. Pastor Lenny turned to me a couple of weeks ago and went, "Can I speak to you?" I went, "No, because it's never good when I speak to you." He said, "Come this way, it's good, it's fine, it's fine." Pastor Ben was there as well. He turned to me and went, "You're preaching on the 30th. I went, "Huh? What? Me? No." He turned to me and went, "You've got no choice." I was like, "Free will? No one? That's okay." It's not going to be long. It's going to be a very short one because we've got other activities going, but it's okay. One thing, fear is not from God. Pastor Lenny turned to me and said that. I didn't think about faith. I went straight to fear. I was like, I'm going to speak in front of this big crowd. What's going to happen? What am I going to say? Who knows? But in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7, it says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." Fear is a spirit. It does not come from God. It's something that is inherited. It comes to kill, disrupt, divide, and destroy, just like the devil. If fear did not come from God, then you don't have to receive it. Don't entertain it. Don't live with it. Don't go with it. Have faith instead of fear. Fear speaks the language of, what if I do this? What if this happens? What goes on if I do this? But faith goes, God will do this for me. God will make it happen. That's okay. So I'm cutting my point short because I didn't realise I'm on a time schedule. My second point is God's presence drives out fear. One of the most repeated commands in the Bible is do not fear. Why? Because God is with you. Isaiah 41:10, it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, yes, I will help you, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." I'm not stood here with fear. I've come up here because I've replaced that fear with courage, and the cure for fear shouldn't be courage, should be faith really, if you think about it. The cure mostly for fear is God's presence. If the Almighty walks with you, realistically, what is that to fear? I remember when we moved here 3-4 years ago. I'm not too sure. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I turned to my mum and I said, "We're moving to a whole country. I'm moving, leaving all my friends back, friends I grew up with. What am I going to do?" She said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm crying and you're asking me if I'm okay?" She turns to me and goes, "Look at you, crying like a child." And I was like, "Right, I'm not speaking to you anymore." She turned to me and went, "Go to school, you'll be fine." My first day of school was a Friday. How do I remember this? Because it was a Friday. Who goes on the first day of school on a Friday? I got to school, Mum dropped me off and was like, "There you go. Walk on, goodbye, love you, have a good day." I was like, "Oh, just leave me here, that's alright." Went into school and my pastoral manager came to pick me up from reception, turned to me and said, "Oh, you look a little bit, are you okay?" Like, because my eyes were still red. I went, "Yeah, I'm okay. It's okay, I'm fine." She turned to me and went, "I've already made friends for you." I was like, "What?" "Your friends are waiting for you." I was like, I've not made any friends yet." She goes, "Just go wait in my office. They're already in there for you." I was like, "Oh, okay." I went into her office and I found a girl called Jess. Is she my best friend now? Yes, she is. Here we are. I walked into that school and was like, I don't have any friends. Came out 3 years later, did sixth form with her, did year 11 with her. Sixth form, 2 years, finished. We're still best friends. But now she's left me for uni. But that's okay. Faith is a choice we make daily. That's my point number 3. Faith is not the absence of fear, it's a decision to trust God in the middle of fear. We walk by faith and not by sight. I may not see the solution of what I'm trying to solve, but I trust the one who holds the solution. Thank you. I may not understand the situation, but I trust the God who reigns over every situation. Your faith does not have to be perfect. Nothing's perfect, really. If everything is perfect, if anything is perfect, I think there's something wrong with you. No offense. It just has to be placed by the perfect one. The perfect one? Jesus. God. Jesus shows us how to respond to fear. In Mark 4, the disciples were trapped in the storms. There was waves, there was thunderstorms, the wind roared, the boat even shook. But Jesus was sound asleep. He did not hear a word. When they woke him up, they spoke to him and said, "We're afraid. What's going to happen?" Jesus said 3 words: peace, be still. Mark 4:39. After that, they noticed that Jesus calmed the storm. They were shook. They were surprised. He asked them, "Why are you scared? Have you got no faith?" This was not a rebuke, it was an invitation for them to be like, you've got to have faith. An invitation to trust him more deeply. An invitation to believe that there's no storm that is stronger than his presence. Amen. Faith over fear in your daily life. Why is fear trying to dominate your life? Are you afraid of the future? Are you afraid of what is going to come? Are you afraid for your family? The Lord is my light and my salvation. Who am I? Who shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Why should I be afraid? Faith does not deny the reality of your circumstances, but it declares the reality of God's power. With faith, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. Fear paralyzes, faith activates. Fear closes doors, faith opens them. Fear focuses on the problem, faith focuses on God. According to your faith, let it be in you. Let it go with you. Your faith becomes the bridge between your situation and God's supernatural intervention. Like I said, my word is very, very short. Why? We've got a lot more activities. I bought these hoodies. Grace sent me a link. She said, "Do you think this is okay?" I said, at this point, I didn't know what I was going to preach. I was like, I don't know. I was panicking. I was trying to speak to everyone. I was trying to manage meetings. I was trying to call everyone into the meetings. I tried. Grace turned to me and said, "Do you think these hoodies are okay?" I was like, yeah, I love them. I actually like them. At this point, I had not read what was written on the hoodies. I just saw the colour. If you can't tell, my favourite colour is grey. A little bit weird, but it's fine. I turned to her and I said, yeah, they're fine. I like the colour. Till I read the message and I was like, this is going to be my preaching. It came to me. I sat there. I turned to Mum and Jaden and I was like, I don't want to be disturbed. Leave me alone. I say that a lot, so they were not surprised. Be strong. Be strong. Be courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Amen. Joshua 1:9. Let that be your motivation. May your faith rise above every fear, and may God fill you with boldness, peace, joy, and unwavering trust. Amen? Amen. That's the word of the Lord.